Match commentators Trevor Francis and Alan Parry.
Thanks, Richard, and I'm sure the name of Francesco Totti will have figured prominently in David O'Leary's half-time team talk to his Leeds United players. They cannot give him the kind of freedom he enjoyed in the first half. Well, the UEFA Cup's always been a very difficult competition to progress in, and this season it's harder than ever with teams dropping down from the Champions League. Some of those left in before tonight's ties: Juventus, Galatasaray, Atletico Madrid, Monaco, Parma. Slavia Prague definitely through to the quarterfinals, remember, and they will play the winners of this game. 0-0. If it remains that way, we will have extra time, and then, if necessary, penalties. But a score draw, irrespective of how many goals are involved, will mean that Fabio Capello's team go through on the away goals rule. A very demonstrative character. He makes Martin O'Neill look subdued on the touchline at times. Hart, who had an excellent first half for Leeds. The interception was by Vivaldi. The referee wouldn't let him get away with the second challenge, nor Nakata, who committed the foul. Backer tried to take it early. Totti prevented that. But that might be no bad thing, because Hart slides it and rather caught Backer by surprise, I think.
Yes, I think it was always going to be too far out for Hart to shoot. Must have been all of 35 yards. It was interesting that the two centre-halves, Radaby and Haaland, elected not to come up. Not blessed with great height in the side Leeds. Possibly could have done with at least one of them pushing forward, just to cause one or two problems.
Leeds have beaten Partizan Belgrade, Lokomotiv Moscow, and then Spartak Moscow to get to this stage. They haven't beaten an Italian club in Europe for 32 years, since they knocked out Napoli in this competition way back in 1968. Here's Totti again. Lovely looking ball for Del Vecchio. Haaland just did enough.
Once again, another demonstration of Totti's excellent passing skills. Just let the ball run across him, knew exactly where Del Vecchio was. He got himself in between Haaland and Kelly, and it was a superb ball.
There's Nagata. Chipping away at his ankles there and wins it back. But the little Japanese player proves that he's no slouch either. Just a bit too hard the ball for Del Vecchio. Alfie Haaland there again, looking very composed, especially considering that he's only started a handful of games for Leeds this season. But Fail beaten to it. Now Tomazzi. Totti turns it long again. Del Vecchio looking for Montella, and Montella just denied by Lucas Radaby. But Roma have started this half in top gear. Now they're on the back foot, however. Jason Wilcox, only Kuehl ahead of him. Bridges now arriving, and he looked to pick out Kuehl. There's Radaby for Leeds. The captain finds Boya, on to Kuehl. Mangoni just got in the way. But once again, Trevor, Totti, the man to create the danger.
Yeah, he just lets the ball run across and plays it in behind Haaland. The ball doesn't sit up kindly for Del Vecchio, but it's good strength from Alfie Haaland.
Who's there again to deny Roma? Condela winning it back. Montella. Totti. And Leeds have a player down injured. It is, in fact, Alfie Haaland. As Totti again plays it forward, looking for Del Vecchio. Hart wasn't quite sure where he was, so concedes the corner. And before play restarts, Haaland's going to need treatment. Been very patient this season, Alfie Haaland, sitting on the sidelines for most of it. Has taken his chance well, particularly in European games. A reminder at this stage that if you would like to watch Deportivo La Coruña against Arsenal in their UEFA tie tonight, then all you have to do is press the backup button on your handset and then press the green button. The referee has indicated he wants the stretcher here for Alfie Haaland, so he's going to have to go off, however bad the injury is. Leeds do have Michael Dewberry on the bench. He was an unused substitute in Rome and hasn't figured for the last few games. Played around a dozen times for Leeds United after his move from Chelsea, where he had 9 years. But he looks in a bit of trouble still, the Norwegian international. And he'll immediately be missed from this Roma corner. And another. Short this time to Rinaldi. And that's a decent looking ball, and the downward header might have produced real danger there. Aldair realises he's missed a golden opportunity with Nigel Martin nowhere near him.
Great little bit of skill this from Rinaldi. Puts in a superb ball. And really that's an excellent chance that Aldair should have done better with. Totally unmarked, free header. One of Leeds' big headers of the ball, Alfie Haaland, was off the field. They're always going to be one less in the box. And really they were slightly fortunate to get away with it.
Well, they certainly had a crowd of players on that far post. But it was still the Brazilian who won the ball. And he wins it again on the ground this time. But has lost out in the challenge to Lee Bowyer. Now Hart. Long ball for Wilcox. Well read by Mangoni. However, the linesman on the far side has indicated offside anyway. Haaland back on the field and back defending. Still looks in a bit of pain.
Yes, it appeared, Alan, that it was a straightforward kick to the ankle area. If it is a kick, he'll possibly get away with that.
Here's Kewell. Ball comes out to Hart, who can hit the ball as sweetly as anyone out there.
Yes, it falls invitingly for Ian Hart onto his favourite left foot, but he just can't quite keep it on target.
There's a career best 7 goals for Leeds this season. Ian Hart, 4 of them from the penalty spot and 1 of them in this competition. Here's Totti, gets it wrong this time. Kelly's interception. A long ball by Bowyer, a bit too long. Calm defending from Mangoni, and here he is again. Tomazzi. Zago, poor ball. Zago makes amends, winning the header. Now Wilcox given away to Nakata. Montella. Well, Hart has done nothing wrong for Leeds tonight, and there's a good ball for Kewell. Saw the challenge coming and felt that he was fouled, but once again the Spanish referee says play on, and Radaby had to be in the right place then. And Totti wins it back. Del Vecchio and also Montella in the penalty box here for Roma.
Well, once again, Radaby tonight has been superb at the heart of the defence for Leeds. He reads the play so well.
Well, Nigel Martyn certainly has been nothing like as busy as he was in the Olympic Stadium 7 days ago. But that doesn't mean to say that Roma haven't looked dangerous. They most certainly have. He's conceded only 1 goal in his last 5 European ties, Nigel Martyn. Leeds with an excellent defensive record at home and abroad this season. Good play by Bakker. Hart. And this is Kelly. And Bridges wins it back and just stumbled into the ball and has lost possession. Now Nakata. Montella. Once again, Radaby's reading of the game was superb.
I mentioned about how he reads the play well, Alan, but his pace gets him out of trouble on so many occasions.
Leeds commit a lot of men forward in this attack, in a game in which one goal rather could be so vital. It's gone in the second half, still goal-less on the night and on aggregate. Here's Bridges. That was a clever little turn inside Zago, who stood his ground and obstructed him. Leeds free kick.
Well, on this occasion, Leeds do send one of the big fellas forward. That's the Norwegian, Alfie Haaland. He goes forward. Radaby stays back.
And 2 excellent left-footed players available to deliver here. Although it looks, from the way he's lining it up, as though Hart might take this with his right foot. Good one nonetheless. However, Aldeyer in the right place to clear.
But once again, Alan, nobody goes to the near post. That's happened on 2 or 3 occasions tonight. And don't attack that near post.
Aldeyer playing it back in. Cleared by Rinaldi. And a break on here for Totti. As usual, Del Vecchio and Montella ahead of him. This is Del Vecchio. Well, Radaby's pace was absolutely vital there for Leeds.
I was surprised that Del Vecchio didn't hit this one earlier. Once again, a magnificent ball from Totti. Now, could he have hit it first time as it bounced? He elects to take it on and gives Radaby the chance to get in the tackle. He didn't think it was a corner.
Holland got that away. Here's Wilcox. Kewell. And back by Rinaldi. The crowd thought that was handball. Now the linesman thinks that Del Vecchio was offside. He sort of half raised his flag. The referee acknowledged it and let play go on.
Well, David O'Leary's furious. He's just come out of the dugout, and rightly so. The linesman's got to keep his flag up. He can't put it up for 2 seconds and then put it down.
Yeah, that's exactly why O'Leary is complaining, and with justification. I mean, you're either offside or you're not. You're not half offside. Fortunately, it all came to nothing from Leeds' point of view. But don't be fooled by the gentle Irish brogue of David O'Leary. He can mix it with the best of them. Well, the game's just hit a little dead period, which it's difficult to say whether it will suit Capello's team or David O'Leary's, because this try is so intriguingly poised, of course, at 0-0. And we repeat, 0-0, the only scoreline that can produce extra time. Alfie Haaland. What a good game he's had. And that was a foul.
And that'll be a booking.
Del Vecchio becomes the latest name in referee García-Aranda's notebook.
Well, that's what Alfie Haaland does regularly when he plays in the centre of the park. A big surging run. Del Vecchio grabs him by the shirt. Easy decision for the referee.
Kelly's free kick, lifted it up really high, and the goalkeeper's lost it, but I think the referee, if he hadn't have regained it, might have given the free kick against Kuhl. His wave play on to save time. And Antonioli delivers it right onto the head of Lucas Radebe. Bacca winning it back. Oh yeah, hesitated. And he certainly does look tired tonight, Lee Bowyer. He's not been making those surging, characteristic runs of his. Hardly surprising the games he's played. In fact, Nigel Martin is now the only Leeds player that has managed to figure in all 40 games for them this season. Jonathan Woodgate had, but of course he's out tonight with a calf problem. Kuhl. Oh, great play by Harry Kuhl. And turns it on. Bowyer in position this time. And that was a tired shot. And inaccurate. What a chance for Leeds.
Well, that's the best chance they've had all evening. Great play from Harry Kuhl. Leeds are running here almost 3-on-1. Why Bowyer elects to shoot from so far out, I'm not quite sure. He certainly should have taken it on. Got himself nicely composed. He's off balance. And that's a poor effort.
He's top scorer for Leeds in the UEFA Cup this season with 4 goals, Lee Bowyer. Incidentally, other Italian teams in the UEFA Cup this season are not at the moment faring too well. Both Juventus and Parma are 3-1 down in their respective ties. Totti with a brilliant first-time ball. Del Vecchio given offside.
I'll tell you what, the ball that was played from Mangoni wasn't a bad ball either. Great bit of skill, the outside of his foot, and what a bit of vision that is from Totti. Fortunately for Leeds, or you could say it was good play. He got Del Vecchio offside.
Just over an hour gone then. And still we await the first goal of this tie. And there certainly hasn't been a better chance than the one that fell to Lee Bowyer a couple of minutes ago.
I'm wondering now, when Harry Kuhl looks back at that and he saw the mess that Lee Bowyer made of it, if he wonders, should he have gone alone? I think with his terrific pace, I'm sure he could have taken that on and got the shot in on goal. It wasn't wrong to give it to Lee Bowyer, just that it was a very tired type of effort, wasn't it, from Lee Bowyer? Early in the season, those type of opportunities he was snapping up.
Lovely ball, who failed to Kuhl. And that's a great pass too. Wilcox on the end of it. Unfortunately, the cross was always favourite to be caught by Antonioli. And a huge kick downfield by him keeps Leeds under pressure. Haaland just dragging back Del Vecchio. And Alfie Haaland's going to be in trouble with the referee now.
Quite clearly there, Alfie Haaland holds him back, but the way that Del Vecchio used his body, used his great strength to try and retain possession, there was suspicion of handball used there. Certainly used his arm as he tried to control the ball.
Very dangerous position, this free kick. Condela, who packs a punch with his right foot, if you'll pardon the expression, stepping away, and just behind him Francesco Totti. Condela hits it. Not much of a punch at all in the end.
No, in fact it was well wide, wasn't it?
Well, the crowd have been a little subdued, I think, tonight at Ellen Road, finding their voices now. Bridges.
I think the crowd, Alan, just like us here, sense that Leeds have just come back into it the last few minutes. But that's when the back four of Leeds have to be at their most concentrated.
Bridges caught offside here. And certainly Leeds United have improved in their possession of the ball. Statistics were very different in Rome a week ago. Nakata, Montella, Kelly the defender. Tomazzi. The first time cross over Del Vecchio's head. Wilcox. This is Bridges, and he's turned Zargo brilliantly there. Zargo really fortunate to escape a caution in view of the referee's liking for the yellow card.
Well, there's no difference, is it, between the way that Alfie Haaland pulled Del Vecchio back and the way that Zargo pulled Bridges back there?
Absolutely not, and it would have been Zargo's third caution had it been administered, which means a suspension, of course. Now Mangoni's got away with a pretty hefty challenge on Harry Kewell. Haaland has had an excellent game. Oh yeah, crowd sensing that this is a vital spell for Leeds. Alfie Haaland again. Really positive run by the Norwegian player. McPhail. This is better from Leeds. Backer. Bowyer. Harry Kewell. Chance to hit it perhaps. And he hit it brilliantly. And he scored. Harry Kewell for Leeds United. How crucial could that be?
Shot this is from Harry Kewell onto his favourite left foot. He's got Hart on his left-hand side if he needs him. He drills it in with his left foot. I think the keeper should have done better with this. He gets his hand to it, but it's not a strong hand, and he can only push it up into the air off the underside of the crossbar. And Leeds are in front.
Harry Kewell's 12th goal of the season could not have been timed better. Hold on to your hats now. This tie is going to become something very special. 23 minutes to go. Roma have to score to stay in the competition. That's going to open things up. And I think we're in for a real roller coaster ride from here on. But it's worth reminding you, without dampening the enthusiasm around Ellen Road, that if Capello's team score once, and that's how the scoreline remains, they go through on the away goals rule. So although they're a goal behind, they still know that just one successful strike will bring them back into contention for a quarter-final place. But Leeds United are having their best spell of the game, and it's deservedly been rounded off with a goal. And now the referee has flashed another yellow card. And Zargo, who was lucky to get away with it a few minutes ago, has got his just desserts, and that means that if they do reach the quarter-final, he won't be able to play in the first leg.
No, Zargo's never far away from trouble, is he? I remember the first leg in Rome, not against Leeds, but against Newcastle. He was lucky to stay on the field, continually fouling Alan Shearer.
Hard swinging free kick. Kewell headed it back brilliantly there from a very tight position on the byline. Oh, Ranaby with a swinging tackle. He completely missed the ball. Fortunately, the man as well. Here's Tomazzi. Well, these Roma players won't know that their Serie A rivals, Juventus and Parma, are in trouble. But it could turn out to be a bad night for the much-vaunted Italian league in the UEFA Cup. Could. Totti. Cleared by Bowyer. Leeds have found new strength now, and that extra yard that a goal always brings a team.
I'll tell you who played a big part in that goal, Alan, was Alfie Haaland, you know. Just leave it there for a second.
Totti on the edge of the box here. They couldn't thread the ball through to him. Nakata has hit it out of play. Goal kick.
Well, I was going to say it was Alfie Haaland who led the charge with a big surging run out of defence. I looked at the back, and it was the first time for practically the whole game that Leeds had gone 2-on-2 at the back. Haaland came out with a determined run, and eventually it falls to the foot of Kuhl. Great strike, not particularly good keeping. He gets his hand to it, a good hand, but it's not strong enough. He should have put that around the post, should Antonioli. He only diverts it up onto the crossbar and into the back of the net.
Oh yeah. And even he has found fresh leg, so to speak, now. He was looking a bit jaded earlier on, but that goal has really lifted Ellen Road now. However, Totti comes forward for Roma, and even his shooting is off target tonight. Well, Roma's away form has been poor of late in their own domestic league, where they've only won 1 of their last 9 games and failed to keep a clean sheet in the last 6. Well, if Leeds United survive the last 20 minutes here, and that scoreline remains the way it is now, this will be one of their great triumphs in Europe. No question about that. Roma are a top quality team.
I can understand why David O'Leary's annoyed. The referee once again attempted to play the advantage rule. It was a free kick to Leeds. He played advantage rule, and the ball went out for a throw-in. So there was no advantage against the Leeds.
And with that old refereeing principle that if you make one mistake, you've got to make another to even things up, he has finally got it right. Totti remains the danger man. That's a glorious ball. Del Vecchio. Nigel Martin just got there in time. It was almost like he had to put the brakes on to avoid carrying the ball out of the penalty box. Well,
I thought he misjudged it, Alan, to be honest. He got it absolutely right. I thought he got it all wrong, but it was good keeping. It had to be good keeping. Once again, Totti, a familiar ball, he looks up, looks for the pace of Del Vecchio, it goes in. There he is again, looking to play it again, in behind. Not a good header this from Haaland.
Totti. Nakata. Totti available again, and has hardly wasted a ball tonight. Rinaldi. Oh, Radaby had to reach that. Nakata misses his attempted volley. McPhail got in his way and did really well there. Kuhl dispossessed. That was an inevitable free kick, foul by Bowyer. And taken quickly. Totti's shot blocked by Eric Bakker. Roma having to commit men forward now. Wilcox, and Bridges finds the space. Wilcox still going forward and picks out Kuhl. Bowyer with him, Kuhl goes alone, and I think he hit Bowyer on the back of the head. That's bizarre and unfortunate from Leeds' point of view. Bakker. A long ball here for Del Vecchio. Haaland brings him down, and the referee has not given a free kick, I think.
What a fantastic tackle that was from Haaland. I think he was offside, Alan, as the ball was played. I think Del Vecchio was a yard offside, but he had to get the tackle right.
Well, he certainly didn't get that tackle right, Condela. He's already been yellow carded as well. Roma still complaining about the earlier incident.
Well, he wasn't offside. He times his run superbly.
a stroke of luck there, Leeds. And Alfie Haaland is another who's sitting on one caution. Kill's header's brilliant. And a chance. Suddenly, Bowyer saw the ball whipped off his toe by Kundala.
Great little flick this from Harry Kewell into the danger area. Boyer's onto it. And a desperate lunge there from Kundala clears the danger for Roma.
Fails corner. Haaland. Ball comes out again, and this time Bowyer's shot was miles off target. Quarter of an hour to go. Leeds United lead by 1 precious goal to nil.
Alan, that action a couple of minutes ago, you know, when I caught a great challenge by Alfie Haaland on Del Vecchio, looking at it for a second time, I'm not so sure that it was a good challenge. I think that possibly he didn't get the ball, took Del Vecchio, and if he did, the referee surely would have had to have given a free kick and sent Haaland off, having already been booked. He's got away with it.
Well, they played well. Nigel Martin played magnificently in Rome last week. They also had a few slices of good fortune, Leeds United. But the good teams are usually the lucky ones, and Leeds have played well enough in this competition before this round to deserve a little bit of fortune here and there. They've certainly had it against Roma over the 2 games, but how well they've taken their luck. Now there's going to be a change made by Roma. Eusebio Di Francesco, the player waiting to come on here, and it looks like Nakata is the man he will replace. The Japanese player off to be replaced by the Italian international, who's been just over a couple of years now with Roma. Well, a few contenders for the Man of the Match award tonight, I would think. Another free kick goes against Leeds United.
But if it stays 1-0, Alan, there can only be one man of the match. And that's the guy that's got the all-important goal.
And a foul on Montella, and that looked a rather harsh decision. And chip forward for Montella. Fortunately, Nigel, the referee's lost the plot here. He's made them take the free kick again. So they get a second bite. And Rinaldi will take it again. And it's a good one. Oh! And Haaland squares up to Del Vecchio, who must have been inches away. Presumably he's saying to the referee, I was prevented from reaching that.
I think it was Del Vecchio who gets the final touch. Well, he does, but he sees it very, very late, and he can't get good contact on it.
And as I mentioned, the whole list of candidates for the Man of the Match award: 09009 11 22 33. Give us your call now and your vote. Oh yeah. Odeya. Totti. Del Vecchio. Montella up in support, and he went for goal and couldn't find it.
Just look at the box scene there, Alan. Di Francesco, Kundala, Montella, they're all waiting for the pullback. He elects to go alone. Great ball again. He finds space, Del Vecchio. But that's an impossible angle. You can see Nigel Martin's got the near post well covered. And that is a very poor effort.
Well, if Leeds United can hold on here, what a prospect opens up for them. Slavia Prague, the least known of the teams at this stage of the competition. Least known doesn't mean that you're not a good side, of course, and anybody who can beat Udinese must be a decent side. Here's Totti. That's a useful ball as well, and Francesco stopped in his tracks by excellent Leeds defending again. We'll all be back here in 7 days' time at Ellen Road to see Leeds United take on Slavia Prague. Or can the Italians snatch that all-important goal yet? Rinaldi's cross is a good one. Once again, as it was in Roma, I have to say, last week, for all the excellent play by Capello's team, their marksmanship has been found wanting. Mangoni that time.
That's a great ball, wasn't it, from Rinaldi. Picked out Mangoni, who had gone forward onto his head, but not a good header. Looks as if Leeds Alan are going to make a substitution. Alan Smith warming up. I can only imagine that's for Bridges. He's done well tonight. He's run himself into the ground, but fresh legs are needed at this moment.
Here's Del Vecchio. Dangerous ball across. That could have been deflected anywhere. And very relieved Ian Hart sees it deflected for a corner.
Yes, he's continually getting in behind now, Del Vecchio. Kelly. Leeds have got to get their shape right at the back. He's the threat at the moment, Del Vecchio, with his runs. Getting himself just in behind in that inside left position.
Smith waits. The corner's been taken. Rinaldi with a back heeler. Mondelar gets it into the box again. There's Montella. Goal kick. Into the last 9 minutes at Ellen Road. Leeds United on the verge of a famous triumph. A standing ovation for Michael Bridges, who, just as he did in Rome a week ago, as Trevor rightly says, has run himself into the ground. He was a lone striker that night in the Olympic Stadium. He's had a lot more support tonight, and he deserves every pat on the back. Alan Smith, that feisty, talented striker, on in his place now. He was also a late substitute in the first leg. Hart. And he's straight into the action as usual. He doesn't hang around, Alan Smith.
It's quite a good ball that from Ian Hart, in the right place, in behind Zago.
Well, they've had some thrilling European nights here. I think the Italian player must have made a gesture to the crowd there. They all stood on their feet and gestured back, and suddenly Nigel Martin had to make a gesture of defiance as Condola's shot unexpectedly came through the crowd. Mangoni. Well, it doesn't really matter where he is effective, but Alan Smith immediately closing down defenders, making life difficult for them. And then another good tackle wins it back for Leeds United. Great play by the same Alan Smith. Oh, well, what a start he's made since coming on as a substitute. Winning challenges, that'll do. Running at defenders, not giving them time to play the ball out. However, here's the ever-dangerous Totti. Little nudge. The referee's given the free kick. This game on a knife edge. 7 minutes to go. Leeds so close to victory. But a one single goal by Roma will change the picture dramatically.
Yes, there's one or two tired legs now in this Leeds team. They've given everything. Wouldn't surprise me if David O'Leary considers bringing on a midfield player, possibly Matthew Jones, who played in the first leg. He needs fresh legs.
Condola and Totti, again the two players over the ball. Condola takes it! Ooh, well, there's a jeer of disapproval from the crowd, but that looked pretty close from where I'm sitting. And David O'Leary now about to make that change. And what a splendid job Eric Bakker did for Leeds United tonight. deserves that applause. Matthew Jones on in his place. The young Welsh international who, of course, played in the first leg. Well, it's broken up the rhythm. Used up a bit of time.
Yes, and now they've got the goal. You can see that Eddie Gray just down there giving instructions to Jason Wilcox just to play slightly narrower. And Matthew Jones, he's gone into the area where Totti is positioned. I believe that was the job that he started out doing in Rome, wasn't it?
That's right. So Roma's record of having never won a European tie in this country looks at the moment as though it's going to continue. But there's 5 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Di Francesco. Totti short here. Condela's got other ideas. He's going to keep going. Montella couldn't play the 1-2. Alfie Haaland's clearance. Smith wins it ahead of Zargo. Aldeia, that stretch to keep it clear of Harry Kewell. Now the Brazilian again. Roma committing 9 players forward in this attack.
Offside.
Del Vecchio is surely offside. He is.
It's not a difficult decision for the linesman. Del Vecchio straying offside. Anxious to get in there. Just made his run slightly too early. Leeds out a good line on the edge of the box.
Kewell's header drops to McPhail. Condela wins it back. Di Francesco. 2 in the middle for him. Another's arriving. One of them is Totti, but the cross was poor.
The reason, I don't think it was the worst cross, Alan, but the 3 players there, Montella, Del Vecchio and Totti, they all went towards the near post. Didn't space out right. None of them wanted to go to the back post. Wasn't the worst ball.
In the last 4 games, Leeds United have only conceded 1 goal, and that was here against Manchester United. If they can stretch that record by just a few more minutes and another match, then they will have 2 more matches at least in this season's UEFA Cup, the competition in which their manager has insisted all along he didn't really think they would make much progress in. Well, he's been playing that game all season, David O'Leary, and it's worked very, very well so far. Condela, another surging run forward. Di Francesco. The Frenchman again. Totti. And once more, Nigel Martin read the danger, and Del Vecchio went in on him. That's why the Leeds players are unhappy. Del Vecchio's already been cautioned, remember.
Well, for me, that was 6 to 1 half dozen the other. I think that Nigel Martin wasn't totally blameless there.
Well, the referee's attention has been drawn to the touchline. Leeds United were trying to make a change there. That's why they told Nigel Martin not to take the free kick. They're trying to bring on Darren Huckabee, but the referee ignored that. Kewell. Wilcox. Just keep the ball now. That's got to be the main philosophy for Leeds United. Kewell. It's throw into Roma, and at least an opportunity for Leeds now to bring on Huckabee for McPhail. Well, most of his 30-odd appearances for Leeds have been as a substitute. He's fresh and ready to run at them. But here's Tomasi for Roma. who are a minute plus stoppage time away from elimination. Leeds United are on the brink of a tremendous triumph here. Well, I thought they were going to get a free kick then. That wasn't the case. So Roma have possession.
They can't be losing the ball like that. They've just got to pass the ball, keep possession.
Hondela. Totti, cleared by Radaby. Zago's pumped it back in again. Totti's there. Radaby with a really important clearance. Albiol gets it away further. That's great play by Leeds. Liboya into stoppage time at Ellen Road. Huckabee gets his first touch. The other substitute, Smith, well placed. Oh, and the defender got there ahead of the goalkeeper. Total confusion. Smith. Well played, Leeds. Just keep it now. That's the byword. Wilcox knows that.
Alan, just for your information, the board, 4 minutes of injury time.
Not what Leeds United want to see. A nail-biting 4 minutes to endure here in Yorkshire. That's how far away Leeds United are from a place in the UEFA Cup quarter-finals as Totti plays it in. Oh, and there was a chance for Del Vecchio. A weak header, fortunately for Leeds, straight at Martin.
Well, it's a dangerous ball. Del Vecchio doesn't make contact.
Well, Alan Smith's gone for everything since he came on, and he's really troubled the Roma defenders. He's got to avoid getting involved, though, like this. This is the unfortunate side of Smith's game. Didn't need to do that. He was bothering them with his ability and competitive nature. Don't get involved like that. That'll spoil everything. Zago's off. Zago's off. And Smith's got a caution as well.
The referee doesn't realise it, though, does he, Alan? He's already booked him.
Zago's got to go. He has now. That could be the final act of drama at Ellen Road. Now, why doesn't Kuehl and Smith and Huckabee keep out of it here? Come on, boys, you're minutes away from a place in the quarter-final. Don't get involved. Other players rushing to get involved now. They don't need to do this.
I just hope the referee sticks to his decision and only a yellow card for Alan Smith, because at the moment he's lost the plot.
He's got a red card in his hand, the referee. Whether that's the one he showed to Zago, I don't know. It looks like another red card.
That's Candelar's off as well.
It is. Well, this is unbelievable finale to a dramatic European night here at Ellen Road, and Roma have been reduced to 9 men now. Maybe the referee hasn't finished yet. He's still got that card in his hand. Well, stewards are getting involved and members of the Roma coaching staff down on the touchline here. Scenes of mayhem. Fabio Capello arguing. He's being told to go back to the technical area where, strictly speaking, he's not supposed to leave anyway. Well, there is something about these European nights that is always likely to produce headlines, and that has happened again here in the last embers of this game. We have seen a wonderful Harry Kuehl goal and 2 red cards shown to Roma players. Well, I have to say, Italian teams down the years have never been known for losing with dignity and good grace, and I think that trend is continuing here. Well, surely they can't get the goal they need now with only 9 men on the pitch. Tomazzi, heaven knows how long there is to go now, because of course the referee will have stopped his watch during that confrontation.
That's another bad challenge, that, from Totti. They've really lost their heads now. If they're not careful, there'll be somebody else being sent off. The best thing the referee can do is blow his whistle, end the game.
I think Leeds would certainly agree with that. They are now, presumably, just seconds away from victory, Leeds United. Well, I said hold on to your hats, but I would never have expected an ending quite like this. And here's the man whose goal surely will send Leeds into the quarter-finals. Wilcox. Roma get the throw. They've got to pump it forward now, but Wilcox has won it back. He's got Huckabee with him and couldn't find his feet there.
Well, it was a careless pass from Wilcox, wasn't it? Because Smith, or was it Huckabee, made the extra man. Radaby's so good tonight, Alan. He's been excellent at the back. He's been like a rock for Leeds. Held them together.
And Huckabee is brought down. Just what Leeds needed. Breathe in, take your time, don't do anything silly, don't do anything too adventurous, just keep that ball. Well, Smith almost did that, but now has lost possession. Well, only the unimpressive Spanish referee knows how long there is to go now.
That's it.
And he has blown the final whistle, and Harry Kewell's goal has given David O'Leary's team a place in the quarter-finals of the UEFA Cup, and a fantastic triumph over 2 legs against one of the best teams in Italy, and therefore one of the best teams in Europe. Well, David O'Leary said it'll be no big deal if we lose, but it's one hell of a big deal now that they've won, believe you me. They went to the Olympic Stadium. They survived a very, very tricky night. Their goalkeeper Nigel Martin produced awesome form to keep Roma at bay. Harry Kewell was brilliant that night as well. But his crucial strike in the second half here tonight, added to Italian indiscipline in the dying minutes of the game, has given Leeds United one of their most famous triumphs. Don Revie would have approved. They certainly do. And the Australian, whose talent has illuminated English football ever since he was discovered, has produced a goal that he won't forget. And even the chairman, Peter Ridsdale, on the field congratulating his players as they come off. And Roy Aitken, newly promoted on the coaching staff, joining in those celebrations. And Trevor, with your experience of Italian football and your knowledge of how good this Roma team can be, we cannot exaggerate what a terrific victory this has been.
It's a massive victory, Alan. David O'Leary is absolutely ecstatic. He knows just what a fantastic 2 performances this has been. The players, they play with such belief, such enthusiasm. Once they got their noses in front, they worked so hard to keep that 1-0 advantage. There were some tired legs out there, players not totally fit, but they've kept going right to the 90th minute, and they deserved it. Roma have been inconsistent this season away from home. I just thought that tonight, perhaps, the difference between the 2 teams would be Harry Kewell. He's Leeds' best player, and he's proved to be their match winner yet again. That brilliant left-foot drive of his has won the match, and it's only what they deserved.
Well, I must say, having been at the first leg 7 days ago, I really had doubts that Leeds United could go through. I am delighted to say they have proved me wrong. Over 2 legs, they have contained and then beaten an excellent Roma side. And by a score of 1-0 here tonight and over the 2 legs, they have gone through to meet Slavia Prague in the quarter-finals. And remember, the first leg of that tie will be played 7 days from now here at Ellen Road, and then the second leg a week later in the Czech Republic. Fantastic victory. The celebrations will go on long into the night here at Ellen Road, Richard.
Reaction very shortly now, but a word about our football this weekend. First of all, Friday at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, Sky Sports 2. It's Swansea against Northampton. It's interactive as well on Sky Sports Extra. Midday on Sunday, Sky Sports 2, and again interactive on Sky Sports Extra from the First Division. This time it's Blackburn against Crewe, followed by a crucial match in every respect, the Yorkshire Derby. Bradford need points to stay afloat. Leeds need another 3 to keep on the tails of Manchester United. They meet Sunday, 3 o'clock, Sky Sports 1, and again interactive on Sky Sports Extra. Well, that really is an extraordinary and great win for Leeds United. Parma are out as well, the holders. So for the first time in 16 years, we do not have an Italian team at the quarter-final stage. The thoughts of Alan and Graham very shortly now on a very, very, very big win for Leeds United at Ellen Road. They have beaten Roma by 1-0. The reaction comes next.
Dearest mother, finally my big break in movies. I have met an artist of the finest caliber.
You're a nice guy.
With his furious fist he shatters shysters.
Any problem with that?
With his flying feet he drops dilettantes.
No problem.
And destroys the dastardly.
Jackie, be careful.
Yesterday was my close-up. Daddy would have been so proud.
Thank you for your generosity.
Watch myself and Jackie Chan in the first showing of Mr. Nice Guy, Wednesday at 10 on Sky Movie Max.
Something missing? Whatever you're looking for on the internet, Lycos retrieves it. Lycos goes to extraordinary lengths to dig up exactly what you need. Lycos, your personal internet guide. Lycos.co.uk.
In April, there's going to be a big shake-up in mobile phones. If your number doesn't begin with 07, you'll have to change it. So why not upgrade now to the Ericsson T10 from First Line? It's small, stylish and free. So maybe now's the time to give your old phone the push. Call First Line now on 0800 052 1089 for a mobile phone offer that makes sense in any language. That's because it was.
To you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday, Mr. President.
It was a big bang that started everything. Not a small bang or a medium-sized bang. Apparently only a big one would do. Since then, good old-fashioned bigness has been doing very nicely. Let's face it, it's not a small, narrow world. It's a big, wide one. After all, no bride ever lost sleep because she was worried about her small day. And no businessman has ever stood up and announced, "Gentlemen, I've seen the little picture." I don't think so, do you?
And if someone is watching us, you can be pretty sure it won't be little brother.
And while it's true that big can be scary, big never is when it's on your side. Good boy.
I am a prisoner, held by steel rails. Where they lead, I must follow. Oh, to be a real driver on one of your island's twisted roads, with their turns and tight corners, in a celica, swallowing curves. It obeying me. Think of that, and think of me next time you decide to hang a right.
The new Toyota Celica.
Nil with a sensational strike by the Australian Harry Kewell. Here's Peter Staunton.
Elland Road's biggest European night for 25 years, the last time they reached the quarter-finals. At 0-0 after the first leg, Leeds fans were expecting nothing less than victory. Roma, though, are one of the class sides of the Italian First Division. In a tight first half, Leeds found few openings, and what they did create, Roma were comfortably soaking up. Harry Kewell was looking the most likely striker to break the deadlock, but the Roma keeper was rarely stretched. By halfway through the second period, the pressure was building, but Leeds stayed calm and finally put together the move which destroyed the Italian defence. Kewell getting a lucky bounce off the keeper. His 12th of the season, it may end up being the most important of all. Roma fell apart after that. The end was far from pretty. Alan Smith got a yellow card. 2 Roma players were given red cards. But it hardly mattered. David O'Leary's youngsters had finally emulated the Leeds legends of the 70s. Peter Staunton, ITN Sport.